Mucho mejor.
Yep.
Mucho mejor, mi amor.
Oh, stop.
You don't like it? That's a
No.
goose?
It was kind of funny though.
Why are you being anti-goose right now?
A goose?
What happened?
Soy goose.
Tu estás goose?
Soy goose.
Tu estás least?
Ceased.
Boom. Hey, what up? What's happening? We're back in here. Back once
No.
again. Oh, did you hear my noise? Did you hear my throat
No.
just now? I
It
feel
was
like
kind of weird.
my
It like
mouth was
squeaked.
like the wettest it's been
Ew.
in a few months.
That's
All of a
disgusting.
sudden, a tsunami of saliva was just.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Oh, but spooky season is fast approaching its end here, which is kind of crazy
Oh.
because let's pull the veil back a bit. We're recording most of these ahead of time, so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
strange to be like spooky season's almost over when it's really only begun for us. Back in the
IRL.
past,
Mm-hmm.
back into show-dependent minds, just hacking away.
Mm-hmm.
Trying real hard to get this nice for all of y'all, but welcome back once again, Show Dependent Podcast. You already know who it is. It's the man who's not wearing his Fitbit, which all of a sudden now I'm like, oh, but
Why
whatever.
is that stressing you out
I
right
it's
now?
just it just is what it is. I saw my wrist and I was like, I'm in danger.
I'm naked.
They don't
Ah!
know. How am I gonna know? My phone's not gonna know my BPMs. Oh,
I
when I
don't
start
think
talking
it's.
about this, he's so scared.
You're gonna be
It's
okay.
not gonna track my BPMs and be like, oh, this man needs help.
That's a daily occurrence for you. I don't know why you need a watch to tell you that, but
Because the
okay.
watch helps out. It's a little peace of mind.
All right, hon, whatever you say.
But what up? What it is, what it do is Eddie. You all know him, I hope. And if y'all don't know him, well, maybe get to know him. Maybe go back and listen to a few of our backlog epis,
Which has been happening a lot.
which has been happening a lot. But with him, as always, his other half, love of his life, the other partner, the co-host with the co-most here on this little spooky show-dependent episode.
Ooh. Hi
Her
guys, it's
name
Kayla.
is... Oh.
Yeah, I blew it. Sorry.
It's
Also,
okay.
you referring to yourself in the third person nonstop is a lot.
What's wrong with that?
That's a lot, but that is something
No.
you've always done. I remember when we first started dating and we would talk about our past and you would refer to yourself as little Eddie. And that that was I was like,
was a different
he's
person
kind of a
back then.
weirdo.
We all go through different phases of life. There's little Eddie
Little Eddie.
times, there's young Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what other, there's current
Teen
day Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah, I guess, but that to me is like young Eddie.
I mean,
There's
young
little
can be
Eddie,
a very
young
wide
Eddie.
scope of ages.
Young Eddie's pretty much, that's a very broad one for me. For me, little Eddie's like sub 13. Then
Mm-hmm.
young Eddie's like 13
Teenager.
to fucking like
Yeah.
25,
Oh,
something like that.
you considered yourself young at 25?
Yeah, still kind of.
All right.
I
Okay.
mean, 100%. There's like 5 years there, 25 to 30, where it's just like
30-year unk.
amorphous, weird Eddie, like, I don't know, just kind of floating in space. That's Space
Mm-hmm.
Eddie. But you knew that Eddie. So you know
I
that
did.
Eddie.
Correct.
But then 30, yeah, that's Unk Eddie. That's current
Unk
Eddie,
Eddie
where
has
it's just
commenced. What's gonna
knees,
happen when you turn 40?
knees exploded out the window. I don't know. I probably won't have legs anymore.
Oh, that's gonna
But
suck.
enough of being old because, well, we're going to talk about something that might, I guess, in a way, could be the cure to that. But is it
Ooh.
worth it?
I don't know, but we're
But
gonna
one
talk
last
about
but
it.
before we get there, we've also got a little boy. You heard him.
Buddy.
I
He's
hope
eating,
he's over there smacking around. But
smacking his
little bud,
lips.
head researcher, head editor here on Show Dependent Pod. A beautiful, beautiful boy. It's his season, and he's here, and he's ready, and he did a lot of good research for us in this one.
Oh, thank you,
Did a lot of
buddy.
good research on this one. So, without further ado,
It's a meet cute baby.
nope.
Fuck. No, I was like, why are we doing that? I don't know. You were quiet, and then I was like,
I
I
don't know.
have to sing.
I was like, did you want to get in it? Or did you want? Oh, I'll do it.
Okay, cool. It's like,
Not
as
further
soon as
ado.
you go quiet, I'm like, I must sing.
Today we are talking about a movie near and dear to my heart. Question mark?
Oh,
Is it still there? Hmm?
your undead heart or
In
your
twee?
current heart?
It's called 30 Days of Night. It is a 2007 American horror film based on the 2002 comic book miniseries of the same name, written by Steve Niles, which I have never read, even though I knew this. I knew this fact. But
Hmm.
hey, I can't consume everything that this world has to offer, so
He
I
is but a
decided
man.
not gonna read it. Too
Just
much
gonna
work.
watch the movie.
Here's an immediate bud fact. Meow meow. I
Meow
wish I
meow.
wish we had a recording of Bud going like meow. From
Maybe
what
one
we've
day.
seen, this was originally pitched to be a film, but they said nah. So they made it a comic book, which became successful. So then the movie guys were like, all right, let's make a movie now.
That's so annoying.
That's pretty annoying. But this
But
film
at
was
least you got art.
yeah, at least it got art and at least it worked eventually, right?
Hmm.
This film was directed by David Slade and stars Josh Hartnett, Heartthrob, oh, a little
Mm.
teen beat. Is it teen beat, Tiger beat?
Tiger Beat.
And Melissa George. The story focuses on an Alaskan town that's attacked by vampires as it enters into 30 days of night.
You got real into your microphone just
Here's
then.
another unfortunate bud fact.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess in the comic, Eben was an Inuit man. Or
that makes
or at
sense.
least his last name is because in the movie his last name is like Olson, and in the comic his last name is Olemon,
Mm-hmm.
which seems to be of Inuit origins. Bud and I did a little bit of Googling, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what we found. Uh, However, we did also see that it's not confirmed exactly in the comics that he is Inuit. However, a vampire calls Eben and Stella that Eskimo couple.
Hmm.
So they're definitely, not white.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's always
But in
pretty
this
lame.
film, they definitely are.
Yeah, yeah. And that's always rough. For me, for us. Is it
Hmm.
for us?
Of
Do you have
course, it's
something to
for
reveal?
us. Stop it. I am not the bad guy.
It's always a bit of a bummer, but on the other hand, I'm a big fan of Josh Hartnett, and I like pretty much everything I've seen him in. So I don't know.
He's a cutie.
It's a good one. He does good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lastly, and I legit just found this out through the Bud
Mm-hmm.
search last night, but I guess this film spawned a little franchise.
Oh,
It has two limited TV like series seasons called
interesting.
30 Days of Night Blood Trails and 30 Days of Night Dust to Dust. And apparently there was also a sequel film called 30 Days of Night Dark Days. Who knew?
That is a convoluted fucking title. They should have workshopped that more.
Not me.
They had the word days in that title twice.
Oh my God, you're right.
Huh?
But all of these sequels, prequel, whatever you want to call them, were all pretty negatively received,
Oh,
especially the sequel itself. Which, yeah, I don't know. It's the thing where like everyone's recast and it was direct to
oh,
DVD. Never a great sign.
no, definitely not. What a bummer. But
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit of a bummer.
sorry, my lungs were
Manual,
doing a weird thing.
manual breathing
I
on.
was. It freaked me out. Sometimes my lungs just fucking do that. Okay.
And I get it too. Sometimes my heart just like sinks and I'm like, this is it. And then I asked the doctor about it, and the cardiologist was like, "Yeah, it just happens sometimes." Like, cool.
Oh, what do you
I'm so happy,
mean?
doctors. The one thing I've learned from doctors over the past 5 years is that sometimes things just happen,
Things just happen.
and they're just like shrug their shoulders, like, "Oh, whatever.
Hmm.
$200, please."
It's a meet cute baby. It's how we met this thing.
I heard gunshots, Evan. What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Just go home. I'll let you know when I find out, okay?
I don't know.
Outstanding.
Yeah, sorry. But I know I watched it with you, and I'm pretty sure it was in your old bedroom, and it was
Mm-hmm.
dark,
Mm-hmm.
and there were scary, scary things happening.
There
And
were
I
the
was like,
scalies.
this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I am scared. This
Good.
is doing fun.
That's what I like.
Uh, coming out of
Scamagoose.
my Twilight era, I was
Ooh,
like, ooh, vampires that aren't
Masampiros.
sparkly.
Hmm.
Interesting,
Interessant.
interesting. I don't know how I feel.
And do you remember the
Um,
Bud facts?
no, what's the bud fact?
David Slade, the director.
Oh yeah, he directed, funny enough, he directed the third film in the Twilight Saga, Eclipse.
Hmm.
And upon rewatch, upon learning that fact, I was like, holy shit, yeah, there is a lot of like choreography, pacing similarities
Hmm.
between that film and this one. And I was like,
Isn't that funny?
ooh, that's really cool. Look at that. That made me happy. But yeah, I just remember being like, I really liked that movie. That was a
There we
fun
go.
time.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we're starting
Chat.
on the up, on the
Chat,
up.
let's get W's.
That fucking never happens with me.
W's in chat.
There you go. What about you?
October 2007 is when this movie came out. Now, I don't know if I was there opening night or anything like that, but if Eddie's memory serves him correctly, then
Which it
he
rarely
was
does.
there.
Okay.
A young Eddie was there in the theaters with his friends because there's definitely memories in there.
Somewhere.
Could they be false? Of course. There's always
Mm-hmm.
possible false memories. Again, another thing, kind of like how I'm learning doctors many times will shrug you off. A lot of times, our memories are just like, let's make up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I feel like I have the memories in my brain of me and a few friends having like jokes and talking about certain parts of this movie and like talking about parts that we liked. So I gotta say I had to watch it in theaters because after, because spoiler alert, I bought this movie back in the day. I don't believe I ever watched it with like my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, it's kind of a thing where I feel like
You do that
it,
so much.
what?
You like see a film once, then you buy
Mhm.
it, and then you never really watch it
Well,
again.
I watched it again, but I just what I was gonna say is funny enough. I don't think it was until we were adults
Mm-hmm.
when we started watching movies with friends more. Or
Mm-hmm.
at least for me, I know you watch movies a lot with your friends, because you've said that many
Yes.
times on the pod. But for me, I feel like after I left Little Eddie behind and became Young Eddie, I kind of just
Mm-hmm.
watched movies. If it wasn't in theaters, I like never watched movies with my friends. I either
Hmm.
watched them alone or we watched them in theaters. That just like wasn't something we really did.
I can't watch movies by myself.
No,
No, I
I
get
used to do it all
bored
the time.
and then I get distracted and then I just
Redbox
turn it
back
off.
when Netflix would throw the DVDs at you in the mailbox. That
Mm-hmm.
was me.
And then you'd
But
steal the DVDs.
yeah, anyways, I was big into the film back then. I thought it was cool, brutal. It was goth, but like a different kind of goth, a more aggressive goth. I also remember being
Aggressive goth.
really into the fact that these vampires, they weren't your typical vampires.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't your
Mm-hmm.
father's vampires.
Mm-hmm.
You and your father's vampires get in that Oldsmobile and you get out of town.
Oh.
These vampires are different, and we will get to that. It's also one of those movies where it, to me, back then for sure, and still to this day, I feel like it doesn't have a huge fan base from
Mm-hmm.
what I can tell.
Yeah.
So it kind of becomes more special in that way
Yeah.
as a sort of like, this is my movie. This is like
Mm-hmm.
my hidden gem, and y'all don't know nothing about this. But once you see it, you're gonna be like, "Damn, Eddie was right, dude. That guy's got great opinions." Kind of like that thing.
That is an exact thought that someone has had.
I'm sure someone
Um,
has
Hopefully.
because they're not lying.
That's true.
So I felt that with this film, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was like people needed this and they weren't appreciating it. But yeah, I love the atmosphere, the setup for the events. I like the story that was told a lot. So much so that again, I bought this DVD, and that's how we watched it for this episode, which was kind of
Mm-hmm.
fun to actually be able to use the DVD that I got. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I must have purchased this like 2008, so I
Yeah.
this DVD has just been
This is how
hanging
we
out,
know
and
it's an
look at
older
this.
DVD. The subtitles were in yellow.
They made a creative choice.
They did.
And also, you could tell on the big modern day screen and the modern day Blu-ray that the quality wasn't super high
That's
because it was
okay.
like sort of pixelated around the
Yeah.
subtitles. But
Yeah.
does it still hold up? Well, let's find out.
Getting to know each other. Meow. Why the hell would anybody want to live in fucking middle of nowhere, Alaska?
Picture this in a Resident Evil voice. You know the
Oh,
one.
God.
Real
You've
horror
done it
fans.
before.
Barrow, Alaska. The northernmost town in the United States. And not only that, but you should also picture this font on the screen, and the font itself is shaking.
That's a lot.
It's like a little like cool blood red, and the font is like, ooh. The font's like, let me give it a little wiggle. Isolated by 80 miles of wilderness. Every year it experiences 30 days of night.
Woo. It gives a whole new meaning to the name Sundown Town.
Yeah, somehow a less nefarious meaning in my mind.
Yeah. Wild.
Because it's like racism, the worst thing in the world.
Hmm.
Vampires,
It's pretty
somehow
bad.
better.
Yeah, somehow.
Even though these
Somehow.
vampires are here just to murder absolutely everyone, still
Yeah, they don't
better than
care about
racism.
color. They're like hands and teeth
Equal
are rated E
opportunity.
for everyone.
But I love, oh,
Hmm.
I mean, what a Resident Evil ass intro with the
Oh
text
yeah.
and the fadeaway. All it needed was that voiceover of that Resident Evil
Hmm.
4. It just needed that. When you press start and it goes, chish, Resident Evil.
Everybody
It's
knows
just,
exactly what you're talking
oh yeah,
about.
you
Hmm.
press start and it goes, bam, 30 days of night.
There you go.
30 days of night.
What?
Here's a bud fact for you all.
Okay.
That's kind of I say a positive bud fact in the exact opposite way as the unfortunate bud fact. So this one
No.
is a
Okay.
fortunate bud fact. It's not called Barrow anymore,
Okay.
IRL,
Hmm.
because it actually stopped being called Barrow, Alaska back on December 1st of 2016 when it was officially changed to its traditional Inupiaq name,
I guess, yeah.
which is Utqiagvik. So
Ooh,
it's
that's
actually
kind of
called
fun.
Utqiagvik, Alaska, and it has been since 2016, which was its original name
Yay!
until,
White
colonization and all that
people.
BS, but now it's back. So
Hooray!
yeah, it's not called Barrow, Alaska anymore. So in a way, this exists kind of even more in fiction.
There you go.
But you're
That's
at,
kind of cool.
yeah, I mean, it's nice. I like it. When I looked up Barrow, it gave me this other name, and I was like, what the hell? But
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense. Why would anyone live here? Well, we will get an answer. You just wait, gorgeous, because Eben has
Mm,
got you.
yeah, right. He doesn't got his wife, so why should I trust him?
You leave. You know what? She made her choices.
He made his.
It was not Eben's fault.
Whose fault was it?
Nobody's. So how about that?
So there.
We can't blame them. We don't even really understand what happened
No, they
between them.
never fill us the fuck in for some reason, so
They always
whatever.
give vague answers, kind of like, I didn't listen enough, or oh, we just didn't have the time.
Oh, things just didn't work out.
Hmm.
Sure.
But what we do know, what we actually see is a mysterious stranger arriving on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Very Dracula of them.
Very Dracula.
Never a good sign for the
Also,
town.
wasn't the boat like on fire?
I don't know. Maybe. It was like
It
a
looked
big,
like
it
it
was like
was
a giant barge
it was not
that was
good.
just there. Never a good sign for the town that the boat arrives in,
Mm.
because we know that things are coming. Now, another thing that I loved back then. Young Eddie was a huge fan, and Unc Eddie is a huge fan, as I love the
Mm-hmm.
strange events that happen at the beginning of this.
Yes.
Because whereas a lot of horror movies start off with like kind of business as usual, everything's chill, and we
Yes.
essentially just see a family like,
Oh,
oh,
honey,
I
I
love you
love our
so
new
much.
house.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is amazing. We're having a great time. Nothing's ever
Hmm.
gonna go wrong. In this movie, it's like, damn,
Things
things
are
are going
immediately
wrong.
going wrong.
And they're going wrong in strange and mysterious ways. Because we
Ooh.
see just like little vignettes of like Eben and his partner Billy kind of going about their day, but it's a very strange day. And it's
Yeah.
almost like the TikTok fade out like format style where we like fade
Mm.
in and we see, oh, someone stole satellite phones, but the weird thing is that they burned them all. Eben's like,
Mm.
Teenagers wouldn't do that. They'd use
That's
them. And then we
weird.
fade out, and then we fade back in, and this is not a movie for dog lovers.
No, do not watch this movie if you
Which
can't
which I
handle
which I definitely
animal
understand
stuff.
now. I'll be honest, back in the day I didn't understand it, if I'm being
Hmm.
100.
Yeah.
But now having Buddy, I Google movies. I Googled, I don't know if I said it here, I know I told you, I Googled that Quiet Place movie with the cat
Hmm. Yeah.
because I was like, if we ever watch this, I will not watch it if this cat dies.
No.
So I Googled, does the cat die? I'm happy to report no, the cat does not. Love to hear it. And
Hooray!
I know that there's a website like Does the Dog Die? So
Yes.
spoiler alert here, trigger warning for dog
Hmm.
lovers. Uh we
Hella
see
dogs
we
die.
we fade in and we see a lot of dogs die because someone murders all these poor huskies
It's really
in
bad.
a very brutal way, and it does not shy
Very.
away from showing the aftermath or anything. It's
Mm-mm.
super sad. I hate to see it. It reminds me kind of like The Thing as well, and
This
that
whole
one with the
film
poor.
reminds me of the thing.
You know what? And it's weird because I that makes sense,
Hmm.
but I
Yeah,
also
they're
feel
both,
dumb
they make
because I'm like,
very,
wow, I
they're
never
very,
thought of
very,
that.
they're very, very similar films.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
like both of them. So yeah.
Strange, mysterious stuff. We fade out again. We fade back in. They destroyed the town helicopter. What the hell? It's my life, Eben.
They put it in a giant fucking wood chipper,
That's
essentially.
my life.
Yeah, he was really upset
When he
about his
throws that
helicopter
like sword in the
propeller.
yeah in the
It was
chipper and
not
it
a
immediately goes.
sword.
Well, it
Definitely
may as
not
well
a
have been a
sword.
hatchet. To me, it was like a hatchet. When he chucked that thing in there, I was like, "Damn, that's impressive." That went right in.
Hmm. Like butter.
Then we fade back out. We fade back in. Here's this mysterious stranger. Haha, Resident Evil 4. Mysterious
Aha!
stranger asking for raw meat at the diner.
No.
Then we start to see some quick attacks on isolated citizens. And the last strange event is that the phones and internet are cut completely. They are cut
No.
off from the world. But a little bit of a light, a little bit of a story beat that pays
Hmm.
off later is we also see Eben. He goes out to the outskirts of town, and there's a man called Bo who's like a loner, likes to be left alone. You know the type in Alaska. There's millions of them, and by millions I
Millions.
mean hundreds.
Like 10. There's like
But
seven
Bo's like, because
guys.
he gets cited for like an oil drip, and Bo's like, oh well, why are you doing this? Like, isn't that why we live here to be left alone? And Eben, when questioned about it by Billy, says that he a ticket every now and then helps Bo stay connected and remind him
Hmm.
that he's part of the town. Which I kind of, even though Eben is a cop,
ACAB. ACAB.
even though Eben is a cop,
Technically, yeah, he's a sheriff, right?
the cool cop, dare I say, he's one of the good ones.
The cap's in green.
And it makes sense. It's like I always kind of like that. Like, yeah, remind him that he is, because otherwise you
We
just
gotta
lose
hold you
yourself in
accountable.
isolation.
Hmm.
But
That
you
makes
immediately
sense.
got jump scared by something that, if
Holy
I'm being
shit.
honest, never, I never even like reacted to the scene at all.
What the fuck? This shit scared me so bad, and it's probably just because it's in a car. But
Uh-huh.
Stella almost gets mowed down, literally,
Probably because it's in a
by,
car.
I don't know, a chainsaw tractor baby.
Well, isn't it the thing that Bo uses later?
Yes, yes, it is the same machine. I forget what it's
It's
called,
called the
but
trencher.
trencher. What
Hmm.
the fuck?
I don't
I guess they
know.
use it for like cutting through ice. That's
I'd
what
assume.
I guess.
No,
But
cold
Stella
stuff.
can't get to the fucking airport because dipshit McGee
Oh, it's
driving
the
the goddamn
worst.
thing just T-bones her ass
You hate
and
to
jump
see it.
scared the shit out of
You
me.
hate to see it when people are like, I ain't gonna be here, and then
And
they're
then
forced to be
they
here.
get to be there for a whole fucking month.
Yeah, but we
Also,
get.
I hope this doesn't happen anymore.
What do you mean?
I mean, I hope that up in this town in Alaska,
Hmm.
they are never isolated for this long.
Hopefully the
Because,
vampires leave him alone.
yeah, you would hope. You would
I mean,
hope.
but and you know what? I don't know if Bud and I'm pretty sure that it does. Like they do get a lot of nights. I guess we'll
No,
do a
I
quick
know.
search real
I have
quick.
no doubt about that. I'm just saying, from an isolationist standpoint, like, I would hope that planes would still consider, or
Oh, I
helicopters
mean, yeah.
would consider going in and out of the town during that time frame.
Hmm.
Scary. Because the way they paint
Um,
it, it's kind of like, well, honey, it's time for you to get in the car and disappear. I'm gonna be alone for a month.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I
Mm-hmm.
belong. Huh? Why? And I
Wow.
know it's the darkness and it's depressing, but
Here's a Bud fact because Bud just searched it up.
wow, buddy,
And
you're so fast.
Barrow does, whoops, sorry. It's not Barrow.
Not Barrow anymore.
Not Barrow. It's called Utqiagvik.
Hmm.
Utqiagvik does not actually have 30 days of night. Why? Because it experiences a longer period of polar night, lasting approximately 60 to 70 days, where the sun does not rise. So it's actually longer.
Ew,
But
that
I don't know,
sucks.
60 to 70 days of night doesn't have the same ring as 30.
No, if you have to put a hyphen in between your two numbers, maybe not a good title for a film.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get you, gorgeous. It's funny when we were watching this, and they had the character that was like talking to his wife, and the wife was like,
Hmm.
I just can't do it. And the husband's like, I get it, it's too much. I immediately was like, yeah, Kayla feels the same way.
Yeah, I
She,
couldn't do it.
she would have been like, nah, I can't do it.
Unless I'm
It's not
just
me.
allowed to sleep the entire time, then
Not
no, I'm not
allowed.
doing it. Yeah, see,
Not
I couldn't do
allowed.
it. Could
But
not do it.
I just really like at the beginning of this film how we slowly set up just how fucked
Hmm.
everyone is and how this evil is coming. Because I like that the strange events leading up to this vampire arrival
Hmm.
because it really shows and illustrates just how planned out this attack was
Yep.
and how once it all starts going down, you can't say that these people had any other choice but to survive.
Oh yeah.
Which in a lot of horror movies, the cliche of like they could have left or why didn't they run the other way?
Hmm.
There's nothing like that here because they do a really good job isolating them. There's
Yes.
no helicopter out, there's no phone line, no internet. They don't have satellite phones. They even took out the sled dogs. Like you can't fucking Iditarod out of here. They
Huh.
isolated them essentially
Completely. Yeah.
completely. Yeah. So where they only have the one choice is to like stay and fight, stay and to survive.
Yeah, because they what? Did they destroy all the cars too?
I can't remember exactly.
I don't remember either.
But I mean, the one time they like try and drive off, they get attacked by a vampire
Yeah.
who's clearly like fast enough to follow them on a car.
Edward.
So I don't think first I just
Sorry,
feel
I
like
meant
the
to
cars
say
the
Emmett.
cars were
Emmett's the one that does that. Hmm.
not gonna be the solution there.
No, apparently
Plus,
not.
I'm pretty sure and I may just be making this up to support my own argument.
No, they burned a
Um,
lot of them, I
but
think.
they did mess with them as well as I'm pretty sure they messed with the roads
Oh,
because past a certain point, it's just it's not safe.
yeah.
But I don't know.
But neither are
It
vampires, you know?
either way, we do get the answer from Evan because as this is all going down and they're trying to rally the troops because Evan, he's the sheriff of this here town. He's got to rally
Yeehaw.
the troops.
Yeehaw.
He tells them why they have to stay and fight, and essentially says that we live here for a reason because nobody else can.
Wow. That's the attitude of a wilderness explorer.
Whoa.
And that is an attitude I do not share.
I
You
knew
could
it.
never fucking catch me
I knew it.
in that kind of environment.
No,
We
I mean it
drove out
sounds.
to just the middle of what I deem nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, it's too fucking quiet.
Oh my God, I
I'm
hated that
scared.
too. No, this is
Yeah.
not for me. I'm a modern man,
Yes, you are.
and I like to be connected
He loves
to
his little
a community.
treats.
Love my
Mm-hmm.
little treats. I want them available at any time. And
Mm-hmm.
in isolation, they are not available at any time.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to continuously and only eat the things I make? Absolutely not.
It's also kind of crazy because it gets so cold in certain parts of like I think Alaska and Canada that you
Mhm.
have to leave your car running.
Yeah, which is wild.
Otherwise your engine will
And
freeze.
maybe that's what happens here.
Yeah,
Thank you for
maybe.
another supporting fact. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, honey.
But let's go back to
Anytime.
speaking of vehicles, that Oldsmobile over there. That's
Oh, it's
not
an
your father's
Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile, and these
Who
are
is
not
it?
your
My
father's
grandpa's?
vampires. It could be your grandfather's,
My grandpa
but
has
it's
a lot of
certainly not your
cars.
father's.
Okay, all right.
I love the line because this mysterious stranger who we're about to talk about, my number one question here, why
Yeah.
is this man Cajun? But he says a line where it says, that cold ain't the weather. That's death approaching.
Fantastic. I love that for us. Stop talking in riddles, you weirdo.
Absolutely outstanding. Can you please
Also,
leave?
have you ever brushed your teeth in your entire life?
Oh my
Looking
God.
at you is unsettling, and
hmm
I
hmm
feel like you have definitely committed multiple hate crimes, and I do not like being
Oh
around
God.
you.
Yeah, but I don't know. Vampires aren't racist.
Yeah, but he's not a vampire, so
But he wants to be. He clearly
yeah.
wants to be. He's kind of like the familiar, right? That's what they're called.
I
I'm
think
I'm
so,
again
yeah.
questioning you because Bud and I did not look this up. But I'm pretty sure he's like the familiar. He's like
He's
the
like Renfield
there you go. Thank you. I
to
was gonna
Dracula.
say Ren Quest, and that's not it, but it was close. But it
Hmm.
was close.
A Renaissance quest, indeed.
But I don't understand why this mysterious stranger is like Cajun. I always found that kind of funny. Probably because he just gets to talk weird. But I remember the way he talks very vividly. And I loved his ominous messages because, again, that to me is just we're painting a perfect picture here
Mm-hmm.
of like, this man knows things to fuck. This man came here to fuck things up. And now he's taunting you with it. And now it's just like, you got no choice. One thing, one thing that very clearly stuck in my head, though, probably the
Mm-hmm.
most out of anything, was when he's talking and Eben's brother Jake throws like a little game piece at him because they're like fed up
Mm-hmm.
with him. I just vividly remember the stranger looks down and he's like, "Oh, plastique."
You said that before he did upon
Yeah,
rewatch, and I was
because
like,
it's
you
just
fucking
it's just
weirdo.
stuck in my head ever since.
Ew.
You want to talk about show
Plastique.
dependency? I was like, why do you say it like that?
And then he's
Oh,
like, I can pick the lock with this
pick
little
the lock
trinket or
with
whatever
this.
the
Yeah,
fuck he says.
yeah.
And I'm like, ew. And then Steve obviously falls for it. Fucking
Steve,
dumbass kid.
Jake,
Whatever. He looks more like a
Ben,
Steve.
fucking Chad over here.
Fucking
Just
Jacob.
call him something different every single time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just think that his lines are very well timed. They're striking. You know, the ominous message of like that's death approaching.
Hmm.
I was just like that shit's scary.
I
I
don't
was
like
like,
that. Stop
what do
talking to
you
me
mean?
like that. Also, there's like one moment in this entire movie where I'm like, oh, I kind of feel a little bad for him.
I know,
Where because he's essentially like prone for a
huh?
long time, and he's like, they're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for me. They're gonna be my friend. I'm gonna be a
hmm
vampire just like
hmm
them. Psych, bitch, you got played,
Nice try,
dumbass.
scrub, idiot.
But Evan
Scammer
comes
gets
back
scammed.
in after his fucking mom,
Uh-huh.
right? Grandmother.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
His grandmother gets got.
Uh-huh.
And then poor little mysterious stranger is just like, they didn't take me.
hmm
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
you
know.
fucking
It is
dummy.
sad. It's like
That's
they didn't
sad.
take me. Evan says, "Who did they take? They didn't take me."
So sad.
He immediately tells Evan to like kill him because there's no point in like living anymore.
Oh yeah.
It is sad. I mean, and these vampires, they really got him. They definitely got him. But I mean, what
They
did you
got a lot of
expect?
people.
What did you expect? Because
They're
these
vampires, my
vampires,
dude.
they're not your traditional vampires by any
Mm-mm.
means. They are, and I always thought of them as more similar to werewolves
I could
in
see
the
that,
way
yeah.
that they like attack and their brutality,
Hmm.
because they're almost like feral,
Yes, very feral.
which I was and still am a huge fan of.
Hmm. It's pretty crazy that they're like just so shark-like.
Oh yeah.
I think that the choice to do like the solid black eyes is really fun.
Oh, love it.
I mean, to this day, and like it's a practical effect that holds up.
Oh,
And it's really
absolutely.
interesting because they kind of like slant the eyes in a more like alien kind
hmm
of
hmm
angle.
Yeah.
And it's, oh God, it's just so like predatory.
It's super cool. Yeah, they're so predatory. They're so like sharp and angular, and it is
Hmm.
100% based on the comic style, which is
Yeah.
cool. I saw a little bit of an article where it like praised their ability to mimic that
Yeah.
style because it's a pretty distinct style. And especially it's just crazy, like a crazy choice for vampires because they're so traditionally portrayed
Hmm.
as one thing. That that's just one thing that helped it stand out for a young Eddie was just like, look at these vampires. these aren't the same vampires. These are different. These are cool. These are my vampires.
These are edgy vampires.
These vampires are
Um,
brutal, man.
they're
I,
very fucking strong, which is why I'm like, it makes sense he directed Twilight because that's like the defining thing about Twilight
that's
vampires is how
true.
fucking
Yeah,
strong they are
yeah,
and fast.
yeah.
So it
Which
makes a
is
lot
kind
of
of funny.
sense.
It's kind of funny that there's similarities
Mm-hmm.
more so between Twilight vampires and 30 Days of Night vampires than like
Mm-hmm.
traditional ones.
Yeah.
Huh. That is funny. One thing that I really, really enjoyed that we're not going to be able to mimic here because of Zoom's limitations. But one thing that I really enjoyed was the sound that they chose these vampires to
Yes.
make. And here's a little peek behind the curtain of how obsessed young Eddie was with this. Was I
Nerd.
actually not only watched this movie multiple times, but I also watched this movie with the commentary on and like did all the behind the scenes, all the like extra features we used to have on
Mm-hmm.
DVDs. And in it, they talked about how they made these vampires make that sound.
Yeah.
And you would have thought it's like some special effect because it's like very animalistic. It's very
Mm-hmm.
like high pitched for the women, and for the men, it's very like low and growling, almost like a pig squeal, like death
Yeah.
metal type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess similarly, they said that it's all naturally done. They just had the actors essentially inhale,
Yeah.
and through like inhaling like very sharply and deeply and loudly,
Mm-hmm.
that's the sound that these vampires are making. So I just always was like, God, that's so sick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Yeah,
dope,
because
and
like
it is genuinely
vampires are
terrifying.
traditionally like they're very um they're the opposite of feral.
Grandiose.
Yeah, they're very aristocratic and poised and like proper. And this
Uh-huh.
is kind of like they're able to do both.
Hmm.
Especially like the leaders of this like
Oh,
coven. I don't know what a group of vampires is
right.
called, but this troop
Mm.
um, there's like two distinct leaders. There's like the
Mhm.
male and the female, and they're both dressed kind of nice.
They
Like
are
they
goth, which I found funny. They have their
gang,
like
gang,
trench
gang, gang,
coats.
gang, gang.
You can see them in like a Russian nightclub.
Oh God, they look so iced out. I'm like, if I saw these people at goth night, I'd be like,
Oh,
holy
it's so
shit,
sick. Honestly,
this
we need
cool,
trench
so
coats
cool.
like this.
I love trench coats. Another thing that's super fun is just like parkour.
Parkour vampires.
Vampires be parkouring,
Hmm.
and I love that for the actors and for me because I think that's super fucking fun that we're just running all over the place.
Hmm.
And if they're animalistic, then that makes sense that they would do crazy shit
Yeah,
like that.
they don't do like the whole flying thing.
No, no bat
They
transformation.
do
It's like,
bad
no,
choice,
gravity just doesn't apply to me
which
because I'm
is
too strong.
which is kooky, but I absolutely love that. I need
The
to see
bat
that
thing,
more. I need to see vampires, people transform into
it's
bats.
always funny in cartoons when they do it and it keeps their vampire head,
Oh,
but just
love
a
it.
bat body.
I love it so much.
I knew
I
you'd
need
love
that.
that.
I need that more. That's hilarious. What a
It is
funny
really
thing.
funny.
Vampires are so weird and they have so many rules.
Yeah.
And these vampires essentially follow none of that
Mm-mm.
because, yeah, they're fast as hell, Twilight, but they're
Yeah.
also like, I mean, most vampires are impervious to damage, essentially. I
Hmm.
remember the scene of the vampire jumping and attacking Evan and Stella when they're in the truck so
Yeah.
vividly
Oh,
because
and he's a scary
I
fucking
love the way
vampire.
it's filmed. I love the way like it's from like kind of like a wide shot.
Hmm.
So we only really see the silhouette, but yeah, you can tell this guy's crazy because he's like jamming on that
Oh yeah,
ceiling,
just
and then
wailing.
Eben fires off too, and he just looks up, and we just see the silhouette, and just screams in the sky, and then immediately starts attacking him
Goes
again. You're
back
just like,
in.
oh fuck, dude!
Oh
Like that didn't
God.
do anything.
He's like
It's
a
just so
barbarian
sick. Yeah, it's like a
vampire.
banshee like shriek where he
It's
just
scary.
and then goes right back into it.
Hmm.
What a great shot! It's just that's what sold. One of the many things that sold a young Eddie on it. Another thing that sold it is the sound design. Again, I'm going to compare it
Hmm.
to Resident Evil because it feels like it has like the same gritty like little like I don't even know if I
The
can like
building.
it's like little
Yeah.
like vibrations and stuff that like if you play Resident Evil 4, you'll know what I'm talking about when you get into like fights. Uh
Hmm.
I don't know, it just has like this gritty little
It builds a lot of
soundtrack.
tension.
Yeah, it's just like yeah, it's like a sound of tension that
Hmm.
it does so well. But everything like leads, and this is one of the big things, is the big action set piece here. Because man, what an assault on this town.
It's bad.
It's bad, and it starts off again with like the shriek of these vampires, and then it's just a chaotic and violent, just
They went to town.
I mean, they literally did.
They literally went to a town
This
and then they just fucked it up.
it's a desperate like last stand for these people as we just see these vampires just taking people out.
Mm-hmm.
And in brutal fashion, they're just like
Oh yeah,
slicing
this
and
is a pretty
dicing these
gory
people.
film.
Oh yeah, it's very gory, very and I mean blood on the snow. It stands out. It's
Yeah.
striking. We get that final drone shot
Oh my
that's
God, it's
just
so scary.
showing just the carnage and all the
Mm-hmm.
blood and the fire and everything, and it it just really illustrates that these people are up against almost like an unstoppable force.
It kind of is. And it's interesting because like I was just thinking about how in so many like doomsday scenarios and stuff like
Hmm.
that, a
Hmm.
lot of it will take place in larger scales and
Oh
it's
yeah,
really hard to comprehend. But because this is such a small set, it's
yeah.
like, oh no,
Oh yeah.
damn, we can actually see every single thing that got fucked up.
Right.
Um, and it is every single thing, pretty much.
Hmm.
And you know why we can see it? Because
Why?
of motherfucking lighting.
Oh
We can
my God.
see what the fuck we're supposed to see.
Dare we say these night scenes are lit extremely well?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 30 days of night, and it's so well lit, I can see all fucking 30 of them.
It's so good. It
Amazing.
truly a lost. Many people have said this, and we've said it,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll say it again. Truly a lost art form. Why the hell can we not light night
Night
scenes
shots
anymore?
anymore?
Like,
Mm-mm.
we get it. Night is
I'm
dark.
calling you the fuck out, Game of Thrones.
A
You
show we've
ruined
never
an
seen.
entire show. I've never even seen it, but you ruined an entire show with how bad that lighting
But
sequence
everyone's
was.
been there. You know, you're watching a
Uh,
movie during the day and there's
uh,
a glare and all of a sudden you can't see anything. Even at night sometimes. You're like, let me
mm-hmm.
turn the brightness up 100%. I
Yeah,
still don't
just the
know what's happening.
shadows. Yeah.
It's like filmmakers, listen, I understand because I'm
I
alive
get
and
it.
I have eyes that work.
I know what darkness is.
I know that the night is dark.
Hmm.
However, I also know I'm watching a movie about vampires.
Yeah.
Would love to see what's happening on
Yeah,
screen.
I would also love to see. Just because the actors can't see
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean I don't
And
want to
you can
see.
convey that and
Yes.
we'll understand it's nighttime,
Yeah.
but I'm also watching a movie
Mm-hmm.
where the director wants me to see what's happening.
Correct. Also, so good. So
It's
good
so
that
good.
we start off like, well, and it's, I don't know if they shot, I assume they shot this on like a closed set where
I'm
they could
pretty sure, yeah.
control lighting and everything really well.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure.
but yeah, it's gonna be 30 days of darkness.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need to see.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, we don't need to have like a super dark, zero contrast. No,
No.
lighting was beautiful. One of my favorite things about this movie, if
Hmm.
I'm being honest.
Hmm.
Looks great.
Hmm. And
Thank you.
another,
Thank you.
and another one of my favorite things here, just because it's become such a trope, especially with zombie movies and zombie
It
media.
feels more like a zombie film than it does
It
a
does,
vampire
doesn't
film
it?
in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. No, yeah, because they're infesting the town and doing all
It's a
that. But
survival
along
thing.
those lines, they're kind of doing the opposite that a lot of, Walking Dead, they're walkers. Over here, they're like the crawlers. They're
Oh,
like
what do they call them
geeks,
in
or they're like
The Last of Us? Clickers or
yeah,
things
yeah,
like that.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. Is that in this movie, they actually just call them
We're
vampires.
just gonna call them vampires
Jake
because that's
Evans'
what they
brother is
are.
just like, oh, they nothing stops, so they're like vampires. I'm like, okay, Bella.
Twilight. Oh
Okay,
my God.
Bella.
Okay,
They
Bella, sing
said
it
it.
again
They
out
said it out
loud.
loud. Yeah.
Oh my
But I love that
God.
they didn't make up a name for it.
No, they're like,
They
this
weren't
is what
like,
it is.
yeah, it's just like they're vampires. We know what vampires are. The
Hmm.
characters exist in the world where vampires have been talked about. And it's
Yep.
also nice because we know, even though these aren't traditional vampires, they probably still have some of the weaknesses. The whole
Hmm.
steak thing, probably not going to work out.
No,
But
none of these guys.
let's try the sun.
And they did this again in Sinners as another
Oh,
modern version
somebody
of
take me.
saying it and addressing it and
That's
calling a
true.
spade a spade.
And that's good. It's like
Hmm.
don't insult my intelligence.
No.
You don't because then it's the whole thing of like they don't exist in a world where this media exists, which
Yeah.
I just find like sometimes that's fun, but sometimes it's like no, no, they're clearly like in New York City, you
New
know,
York City.
like this
Yeah.
is clearly set in Alaska, a
Hmm.
real state
A real
in,
place.
it's like just do it. I
Yeah.
I really like that the UV light because the grandma was doing a little bit of pot and the UV light attack Evan does on the like uh woman vampire
Yeah.
leader. It works and I always found it another scene that stuck with me was as she's like laying there dying
Oh,
from
it's
this
pretty
attack,
sad.
the leader, which I found
Yeah.
out his name was Marlowe,
Slay
he looks at
Marlowe.
her and something you kind of said, and I'll say it real quick, is that their language is like inhuman. It's like
Hmm.
a bunch of clicks and it's like not any language that we know. So obviously they're speaking a foreign language, they're like vampire language. But he
Hmm.
looks at her dying and he says to her that which can be broken must be broken.
Damn.
And she
Damn.
instantly understands. So he's essentially like, you're too weak now. I have to kill you. And
Hmm.
this is what we do. It
Yeah.
really shows just how brutal this like vampire, like you said, coven, race,
Hmm.
whatever group you want
Whatever.
to call it, they're like they don't hold back at all, not even with
No.
themselves. Like
No.
he's like, we're only as strong as our weakest link, and you're the weakest one right now, so we gotta we
So
gotta
we're
break
we're
it.
stomping you out. Another thing, even though they're animalistic, they're also like very intelligent.
Oh yeah.
Like they end up using a citizen as
Oh,
bait, which is so sad.
I know it is.
It's
And it's
really
played so
sad.
well because they're in the attic. We're attic time. They're in the attic, and Evan's watching, and a bunch of the other characters are like, we should go help her. But Evan's like, no, look at the rooftops behind them. And you can see the vampires in the rooftops, and like they're using her as bait. And this leads to
Hmm.
an amazing scene. Because man, you want to talk about edgy, edgelord, young Eddie, he was there and this was edge as fuck, and it's still to me edge as hell, and I still like it because, especially for an anti-religious person like me,
Hmm.
this girl, she's being used as bait. It doesn't work. She's like, "Please, I tried," and they're like, "Whatever." The leader, Marlo, he comes down to her, and she's like begging, and she's like, "Please, God, help me!" And this man looks her in the face, stares into
Hmm.
her soul, and says in his weird language, because he
Hmm.
has an accent, so it's kind of like, even though he says God,
Hmm.
and he looks at her and says, "God." And then he looks up at the sky and looks around a little bit and then looks back at her and says, "No, God." And I just thought it was like, God, this shit's
Ah!
raw as fuck, dude.
It's so
This
scary
is so
too.
dope because he's just like, it's just, yeah, it's hardcore as hell. This man's taunting God himself, but also showing her that, like, no one's coming to save you.
Mm-mm.
We're here. God ain't here. You are absolutely screwed. I love it. I still love it. It got me fired up right now just talking
Oh,
about it.
yeah, you're jazzed. I
It's
can
so
tell.
sick. It's so dope. This is a good villain. This is a good
It is a
villain.
really good
These
villain.
these vampires just
I
they're
can't
not messing
remember the
around.
actor's name, but he's been in quite a few things.
I think it's Danny
And
Houston.
yeah, he's got a great face for this.
You gotta go face.
Gotta go face.
Hmm.
Um, Another thing that is kind of brutal is like, I don't know if they recently changed this little girl or what's going on, but
Oh sure.
kids are fair game too.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, very rare.
Jake gets a body. Good for him.
He does. We count that as
Fucking
point five. It's not a one, but
yeah, it's a half. It's a half
uh-huh.
point. We'll take it though. And Jake never does anything useful again, but that's
Oh,
okay.
stop it.
He
He's
tried.
helpful.
He's fine.
He got them to the utilitor.
What a weird thing that
The
is. But yes.
utilitor.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I mean it had to be done though, and this is where we get real
That was the
brief.
only part of the film that I was like, this is kind of dumb. I
What?
don't like kid
Oh,
anything.
sure. The little
I
line
was like,
she
you look
does
stupid.
is kind of
Shut
dumb.
up, little
And
girl.
yeah, because she's wearing a dress, so it's like, was she with them or was she not? Why would she be wearing a dress if she lived
Hmm.
here? Yeah, you raised some good questions. I just want to say real quick, because we're getting towards the end here.
Yeah.
But I love talking about this movie. But I want to mention uh there's some very sad scenes that we see. Because we see the owner of the Huskies, him and his wife get attacked. She gets taken, he gets turned. It's very sad, and it's a
Hmm.
great scene between him and Eben. I also remember so much that like the old man who like has
Oh,
dementia, it's just so sad to me, and it was even more sad to me
oh,
now as more of an adult, as unk
yeah.
status. It's just like this dad is just he's not equipped to be in the
He's
situation.
essentially a child in this
Well, yeah,
scenario.
and it's just like he doesn't grasp the severity of the situation. He
No.
obviously doesn't understand what's happening. And it's just so sad to see because it's like, how do you protect someone like this in the
Yeah, he's like
situation?
a large person.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's an adult. But
hmm
it's just like I just remember being so sad because he's just not equipped for it, and it's almost where it's better that he wouldn't survive because
hmm
it's just hard. But then it's
Yeah.
like, but that's his dad, and
hmm
obviously the guy whose dad it is, they have a tough time dealing with all this. But
No, the one that's like probably the saddest for me is Carter,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's
Thank you.
like part of their group, and
Oh,
he's
he's
like one
so
of the
sweet.
only like indigenous looking people
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this. Um, which I hope he is. I hope he's
Sure.
native. He like they get to the point where it's like, fuck, we have to move. We don't have a
Mhm.
choice. And Carter like he ends up getting bit by the
Yeah,
little
he
girl.
gets scratched by the little girl after
Yeah.
she gets, and then they obviously take her, which very rare that we actually see children characters, even if they're monsters, actually be killed. Which in this
Mm-hmm.
movie we actually see her get
Thank
beheaded.
God.
So again, this is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Carter, it's so sad. At the beginning, Evan asks him like, "Hey, when are the wife and kids coming up?" He's like, "Oh, they'll come when they're ready." Here, Carter reveals because he's turning, he's like, he lost his family. They died in a car crash. And he begins to plead. He's just like, I wanted to be with them so bad, but I
Mm-hmm.
just couldn't bring myself to do it. He couldn't kill himself. But now,
Oh.
faced with, which kind of again relates to Twilight, faced with the idea of like living forever and in a way like his soul not being able to be
Yeah.
with his family, he just says like, I can't live forever. I
Mm-hmm.
can't do this. And he
Oh.
essentially tells Evan
Put
to
me
kill
down,
him.
dog.
And everyone's like, no, we can't do this. But Evan immediately, Evan's a
I
real
got
one.
it.
He's like, he said what he said.
Yeah. It's so fucking dark.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, yeah.
But
I
it's
mean,
real.
Evan did honestly, Evan will put you down. You say the
Oh, and
word,
put him
he's
down
like,
clean. That was like a two hit, right?
yeah, he used an axe or whatever, but like
Yeah,
Jesus.
because in
Because
this
you have to
essentially you have,
decapitate them,
yeah, which
which
is
is
more like
also the case
zombies
in Twilight.
and Twilight. Look at you.
Hmm. You got to
Yeah,
burn the pieces though in
and then
Twilight.
we see Billy, the partner who's been gone. We're like, oh, he's alive. But then we see, uh-oh, what'd Billy do?
Oh, he went a little Chris Benoit and his family, and
Oh, no, no, no,
that's
no, 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 no.
not what you want to see in this scenario. Uh, what the fuck? Like I get it, but like what the fuck? You could have
Hmm.
at least like let your wife try and live. I know the kids aren't gonna make it out, but like
Yeah,
the
but I
hell?
mean, but I mean, you wouldn't want to be in this situation. You've said multiple
Oh
times, like,
no,
just take me out.
no, but I would just like put myself in the street. I'd be
Oh,
like,
so you want to
eat
be eaten?
me. Yeah, I don't care.
You know, the,
I'm gonna die
but
anyway.
I guess, but
At
there's
least I
there's
go out
better way to
hard.
do it. I
I don't
mean,
want
he
to get
could die
shot.
hard.
I want to die
I
hard.
mean, just die hard or die easier.
I
Bo
don't
didn't want
know.
to. Bo makes a final stand, which is super cool because he
Bo is
was
a
part of the
badass.
community. He goes in there and he's helping Evan get out. This is one of those situations where it's like
Sorry,
it's
I just
kind of it's
remembered what happened to him. Oh,
yeah, it's kind of sad
yeah, it's sad.
because it's like one of those rare situations where you think, man. I really hope he gets to take himself out
Mm-hmm.
versus like be attacked, tortured,
Yeah.
whatever by the enemy. And
He
he
did it
tries to.
his
And
way.
he says, you're not eating me. But then
Mm-hmm.
his body goes flying from the explosion and
So
apparently he
funny.
doesn't die and then he gets fucking like curb stomped.
Yeah, it's pretty
Uh
bad.
which is kind of
Also,
rough.
very visceral.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. They did like the prop head or whatever, but it
Oh
sounded like a
yeah.
watermelon or whatever.
A
And I was like,
little
oh my God.
chunky, a little
Ew.
chunky. But this all comes to an end here because everyone's being attacked. Stella is trapped with the little girl under a
Stella.
car, and the vampires essentially are like, no one can know of this. We
Mm-hmm.
have to destroy everyone. So
Yeah.
they light the town on fire to hide their deeds. And Eben's
Ooh.
like, if she stays, she'll die. If she runs, she'll die. And it's funny because he just says like, "Oh dear God," and then goes and injects himself with his friend Billy's blood because Billy recently got turned
Oh.
from a vampire that they threw in a wood chipper. That wood chipper's back.
Hey, we're gonna call it a wood chipper. We don't know what it's
I
called.
don't know whatever it is, the little
The
shredder.
big teeth thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Uh, and then right there, I was like, why didn't they just camp this area? They should have just been throwing vampires in there.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, wood chipped. Oh no, I'm in
Ah.
trouble. Wood chipped.
Well, it took them a really long time to get there, so
Oh, a little bit. You're right. You're right. But might have helped.
it would have helped, yeah.
Well, what does Eben do?
Ebling turns heel, but to turn face.
He's like a
Even though
Stone
he's been
Cold
face
Steve
this whole
Austin.
time. Yeah. Yeah, he turns vampire for his family, for
Hmm.
his friends, so he
Hmm.
can fucking no sell a punch to the face from a vampire.
It's
And
it's so dope. And this is something that I vividly remember is he injects himself and then he's like, I can smell your blood. So the thing is quick, but
hmm
he needs the strength. And I love the scene where he steps out, he puts his sweater on, and as soon as he puts the hood on, you just hear like drums like dun 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 dun
Yep.
dun dun.
We're
And
going to fucking
I
war.
vividly remember me and my friends joking is like that's the drummer off screen, and he was just
hmm
waiting for him, and it's just like hell yeah,
It's the
dude,
drummer boy. Yep.
this guy's so sick. I need to
hmm
play this guy into battle. I love that Marlowe he sees Edmund coming and he says the one who fights
That's so
because
fucking
that's just
bad.
raw as hell. Again, yeah.
Oh my
Evan's a
God.
real one.
That
I cannot
also,
explain how real Evan is.
I guess it's like doomsday scenario and anything goes, but the just the idea of injecting myself with somebody's blood. Ew.
Come
Yucky.
on. Come on.
Ew. Ah.
It's just blood.
Ew, gross. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah, but he becomes a vampire, fucking decks the halls.
When it says 1v1 me, we're essentially on Rust, so let's do
hmm
this. But
Yeah.
and you can tell I feel like you felt the same way I felt because I feel like you made
hmm
a comment. I
Yes.
remember that final fight feeling much longer and more dramatic as a young
No,
Eddie,
it's short.
but it's pretty short, and the way that it ends, while it is like brutal,
hmm
it's also kind of feels very abrupt and out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's kind of anticlimactic.
Uh-huh. Because I was expecting more. I was expecting more of a back and forth, and like we see a desperate like battle.
hmm
But I don't know. Marlowe just kind of jumps at Eben, and Eben just out of nowhere like punches him through the mouth, and like
Ow.
punches the back of his skull out,
Which is
and
hardcore.
loses his hand in the process. I mean, it is hardcore, but I was just like, I don't know. I felt like there was more to it, and I felt like it
hmm
was more deliberate. This just kind of felt like we need to cut the fight.
Yeah.
Let's just do this out of nowhere.
Let's be done. Yep.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty much it. Like, because the vampires are like, you killed her dad. We're getting out of
All
here.
right. See
Oh.
y'all later.
hmm
Yeah, but this leads us to, funny enough. Ooh, don't have an English major, but I'm about to break it down for you a little bit.
Oh, he's gonna
Or
try.
at
Is
least
he
I will
gonna earn a
try.
sticker
I have a
today?
proposal. Funny enough,
You have a weak
I feel like
a
I
thesis?
have, yeah, I have a little bit of thesis, a little bit of a metaphor here,
hmm
because we have the sunlight.
hmm
Obviously, it leaves at the beginning. And that's
Correct.
the start. Evan and Billy are there. They're watching the last sunset of the month. They're saying how it's like a date spot. Everyone went there. It's obviously very significant for a town like this when you're seeing this happen and knowing that it's not going to be back for, in this movie, 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty intense. So obviously there's a lot of
There's a lot of pressure.
pressure, but also there's a lot of God, I can't think of the word. What's it called?
Intensity?
Significance. There's a
Significance.
lot of
Ah.
significance to that moment
Mm-hmm.
because narratively it's like the safety is leaving.
Yes.
We already had these weird occurrences, but now not only do we have all this weird stuff happening, but now it's becoming more dangerous. We're about to
Mm-hmm.
lose the safety of the sun. And even though they don't know it, we know it,
Mm-hmm.
that the sun is even more important to them than they think, right?
Yeah.
Because the danger of the night is looming, and you're gonna desperately want the sun to come back more than
Mm-hmm.
usual because of these vampires. But then I think it's very interesting that by the end of the movie, yes, they want the sun to come back, and they desperately need it because it's going to definitively end this vampire attack.
Yeah.
Because of Evan's choice,
Oh.
even though he still very clearly wants the sun to come back,
Mm-hmm.
because he wants to save his family and the people who are still left, now the sun is like
Yeah, it's
turned on the
flipped.
head because this salvation, this relief that the sun
Mm-hmm.
was going to bring all of a sudden for Eben, it's going to bring his end,
Mm-hmm.
which is incredibly sad
Mm-hmm.
because it's like the safety, the goodness that the sun was supposed to bring has been corrupted, just
Yeah.
like Eben has been corrupted.
Oh, poor Evan. Oh God, it can never not make me think of Midnight Mass. I can't wait to do an episode on that show because woo,
But
so
Midnight
good.
Mass, they saw this.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
saw this.
I mean, it's happened in a lot of vampire films, right? But this is just like it's really well done and honestly kind of fucking brutal.
Oh
Like
God.
it's not fun watching him burn.
No, yeah, it's sad because they waited 30 days. They outlasted 30 days for this.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to Stella before he made his choice and ejected himself that they were going to watch the sunrise together. Which,
Oh.
when he said it, is incredibly hopeful, but also shows his determination to save her. Because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we mentioned it at the beginning. And again, they don't really get into it. But him and Stella are on the rocks. She, like, left. But by the end, they're like,
I still love
we should have
you.
never separated and we still love each other clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, and his brother's there. So Evan very much like, this is his family.
Yeah.
He sacrifices himself for his family, but of
He's going to
course,
sacrifice himself. Sorry.
something that hurts Eddie a lot is sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
and it also hurts that he doesn't get to enjoy that he fought so hardly for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because yeah, they do actually watch the sunrise together, but like you said, this ending is so
Ugh.
intense because we see as the sun rises, Eben slowly begins to burn alive
Mm-hmm.
because he's a vampire. And it's just so incredibly sad. And the music here is so good. I always
Mm-hmm.
vividly remember loving the music in this section because it's like very emotional
Very.
and it's very intense. And
Mm-hmm.
it like crescendos at the perfect point where Eben, he's burning alive and Stella's able to hold him through this
Mm-hmm.
because of, I don't know, vampire burning is different.
It's fine. It doesn't
But
hurt you.
But Evan like screams out in pain and it like
Mm-hmm.
hits at the same moment the music hits a certain
Yeah.
point. And I just remember being so just like, God damn it, man. Like
Poor
he
Eben.
did he,
Oh.
he gave his life for his family and yeah, it's super noble, but God, I wish it didn't have to happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I feel like Midnight Mass has to have seen this because
Oh yeah.
it's almost
It's almost
kind
an
of the same
yeah.
scene.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah.
like narratively, it's kind of the same
It's
scene.
very similar, yeah.
Because it's like the sacrifice to save their
Yeah.
families or the ones that they love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, so
It's
sad.
crazy. It's so good though. I
Mm-hmm.
I remember at the end of the movie being like, damn,
Damn.
That was
Got him.
something special.
Mm-hmm.
And man, Eben, you're a real one, and I wish it didn't have to go that way.
For real. Poor Evan. He tried so hard. Well, I think it's time for us to DTR.
Let's do it.
I'll kill her if she runs. She'll burn if she stays.
You go out there, won't they come after all of us?
Oh, dear God.
Oh my goodness. This movie is really, really good. And I didn't really understand how influential this film is.
Prayer hands.
It's got really good pacing. It's really well
Mm-hmm.
executed. I think that the narrative is pretty strong. There's a
Let's
few
go.
little throwaway things, but
I'm windmilling my fist.
you need to calm down. You're gonna
Chat.
hurt yourself.
W's in chat again,
Oh my
baby. We
God.
did it. We made it. She likes it.
I do like it.
Let's go.
I think it's a really good, just not only like horror film, but it feels like just a good movie in general.
Whew.
Yeah, I think it's a highly underrated thing. Like this is not a movie that comes up a lot.
Let's go.
So so yes, I'm show
Let's
dependent on
fucking go,
this.
dude.
Oh my God, that was so loud in my ear. Ew. Ew. Keep your
Show-Dependent,
voice to
baby.
yourself. Yeah. But yes, show dependent. Congratulations. You get a
Love it.
W this
Love
time,
it.
Eddie.
This is a very rare W where something influential to young Eddie is actually still good enough for Kayla to approve of. Or at least to finally earn
Stamp.
the show dependency, man. You don't know how happy you're making a young Eddie. Circa
Mhm.
2007,
There you go.
2008. Man, oh, man.
2007 was a good year for you.
It was, it was, it was. Let me tell you. Yeah, you're not going to be shocked to hear. I'm going to start it off. Yes, I am show dependent on this film. Every time I
Whoa.
watch this, I'm reminded of how much I like it. I'm reminded of how much I love the choices that they made with the different vampires, with the storytelling, the setup, the execution, the payoff. I think Josh Hartnett is great in this.
Hmm.
Melissa George, who plays Stella, is great. I believe Ben Foster is the mysterious stranger. Danny Houston, look at me remembering names here because
Wow. Could
this
it
is
be
like
me?
very important to me. I really
Hmm.
do love this movie. I loved it enough to buy it on DVD to keep it around. Um, I'm gonna echo what I said at the beginning with the meat cute because I still feel like this is like my movie. You know, this is like
Hmm.
a movie where I found it and it's not super, even though it was released theaters and all that, it's by no means like super niche when it came out, but it felt niche because
Hmm.
I felt like no one talked about it. I felt like no one
Yeah.
talked about it, no one cared. It came and it went, whatever, but it stuck with me. This is one of those things that sticks with you when you're like, does anyone else know of this movie? Does anyone else care for it like I do?
Hmm.
So it's super nice that I'm able to share it with you. I'm very happy, obviously, that you like it
Yeah. And
because
it's aged really well.
and I agree. You know, I feel like I feel like it
And
has
I
aged well,
concur.
and and having read a couple articles in the research with Bud, it's kind of being echoed by
Resurrected.
some writers on like Bloody
Hmm.
Disgusting, I believe was one of the websites where they said like after the passage of time, this movie it should be seen again in like a brighter light, and it should be
Hmm.
remembered as like a great horror movie, a great vampire movie that did a lot of things well, and it
Oh
should
yeah.
be appreciated in a way that it wasn't when it first came out. So yeah, I mean, I'm show dependent on this. Love the choices. That ending's always going to stick with me. Obviously,
Hmm.
certain lines and the way they're said, like plastique, always going to stick with me.
Plastique.
I just think it's a great story. It's funny to me that I didn't know any of the like prequel TV series sequel stuff, but it almost feels like I just don't want to picture.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I don't want
Never
to
need to
like
know.
taint this
No.
memory and like even though it won't because they can't take away what this is was for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't sing his praises enough. I'm lastly very happy that, for what it's worth, for whoever's listening out there, that I also get to share this with you. And I
Hmm.
really do hope that if you've never seen this, I somehow and we have somehow convinced you to watch it because like I've said in episodes before, I'm an anti-gatekeeper. I want y'all to have this gate. I
The
cannot
gate's
keep
wide
it.
open.
Yeah, I so desperately want this movie to be talked about by more
Hmm.
people because I
Yeah.
think it deserves it. And Josh Hartnett's kind of coming back in recent years, and it's a Josh Hartnett movie, so
Shout out
it's
to
worth a
the
watch,
bear.
and you should watch it.
Excellently communicated, dear.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Well, that was that.
And this is this.
Thank you all for listening so much. If you liked what you heard, please follow, download, and spread the word.
It's a rhyme, so you have to fucking do it.
Leave a
That is a
rating and
commandment.
review, like and subscribe on L YouTube. Tell your
Coven? Oh, wait, hold on. I looked up. I
oh
looked it up. Coven, clan,
oh I don't like that
coterie,
one.
coterie, I guess. It's Coterie.
Sure.
Coterie, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Nest
Oh.
or pack of
This
vampires.
feels like more of a pack.
Yeah, definitely more of a pack in this film.
We'll tell your pack of vampires that they can find
Bow.
Show-Dependent on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. We should and shall be there. Want to follow the podcast? It's on Instagram. It's on TikTok at Show Dependent Pod. That is at SHO Dependent Pod. Myself, if you'd like to throw a follow my way, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Victor V Sweet. I would like that to be more. And once we figure out this recording in person thing perfectly,
Hmm.
then I can figure out how to make my Twitch better.
Wow.
Gorgeous. Where can
Yeah.
you be found?
I'm gonna be trying to see the sun a little bit more before things get really dark with daylight
Oh
savings.
no. Hmm.
So I'll be looking out windows, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of 30 days of night, we're turning into what? Like 3 extra hours of night.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's what it feels. Ugh. Oh, now I'm sad.
But
I
I
don't even
like
see
it.
the sun, but it's
Well,
okay.
get ready to not see it ever.
Whoa! Is that a threat?
No, that's just, it's
That's just
daylight
how it
savings.
goes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mr. and Mrs. Sheriff. So sweet. So helpless against what is coming.
He's just trying to freak us out.
It's working. We have more important things to think about. I'll check on Gus.
Check on Gus. Bar the windows. Try to hide. They're coming. This time they're gonna take me with them. Honor me. Yeah. For all that I have done.
They? Who are they?